Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our balcony. It's been a while since we've uploaded a video. To give you context of where we're at as far as time, this is very important on our day to day life. And it's been a while since we've uploaded a video on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
This just been kind of like, I guess, the largest hiatus that you can possibly have as a vlogger. So that's definitely something that happened. And yeah, we're just going to kind of talk and update you guys on what's going on, what we're
Mm-hmm.
planning to do, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, starting off, what you want to say? What's the first bit of news you want to tell them?
We hadn't mentioned it on this channel yet, but it's on Ken's Can Andrew Daily. But we got engaged. He proposed August 2018, so it's been over a year since we've been engaged, which has been such a life-changing experience.
It's a first for both of us. It's not something that you know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people will jump into it and then get married right away, but us,
Yeah.
we were trying to like really focus on our careers, focus on like saving money.
Oh
We don't
yeah.
want to go into debt when you think of weddings because people generally they go into some sort of debt so they can have the dream wedding that they want.
Yeah.
Us, we want to take our time a little bit and work through it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of our plan as far, or that's kind of the update with that.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, there's no rush, and the quarantine, that's kind of what's happening right now. Kind of put a like bump in our road because we
Mm-hmm.
were planning to do a lot of things this year,
Yeah.
and a lot of adventures that we want to kind of partake. We we couldn't do it this year, which is okay. It's our resting period, and whenever we're able to get out of this quarantine, it's time. It's time to go.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, do you have anything you want to tell them that you've kind of accomplished in the time that we've took a little break from the channel?
So at this point, I think when we first vlogged, I had just graduated 2017. I'm trying to think back, but I had already graduated from college. I got my bachelor's
Dang, you
degree.
got a
I said
master's?
master's.
Wow,
No,
quarantine's crazy.
I got my bachelor's degree, and then months later, was it months later? Yeah, months later, I ended up landing a temp job for the company you're working for, and then eventually I became full time. So I've been working full time ever since. I've moved up a little bit. I'm in a good place, I would say. It's not what I want to do forever, but it's definitely like the right step to take at this point in my life as of right now. What the future holds, I have no idea, but I do have other goals aside from working an office job. So hopefully I
Yeah.
can achieve that within the next like 5 years, hopefully. But that's my goal. That's my plan, and we'll be updating you guys on where we're at in our vlogs. But that's my goal as of right now. How about you?
For me, it's I think a big part of like 2017, 2018, 2019. That's how long it's been.
Yeah.
I was really just trying to discover who I really am, and like I wanted to, develop skills along the way, develop different hobbies. From when I last vlogged to now, I've learned how to cook. I've learned how to
He's a
do.
bomb cook too, by the way.
I just learned so many like life skills. I think it's very important, especially to like really harness those skills because eventually, we're gonna be parents and then we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be taking care of another person.
Oh yeah.
So just having these things like in my toolkit, like not only speaking of toolkits, I've learned how to do a lot of like handyman stuff,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of like troubleshooting,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been really like passionate about like IT. Like that's like a career that I've always wanted to do, especially when I started college. And now, even years later, I know that it was on their own timeline. I am, continuing and finishing up my education,
Oh
which
yeah.
I think like when I was starting college, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know where I was heading. I just knew that it was a destination that I'm gonna get there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm doing, online school. I feel like a lot of people can relate right now on how online school feels, because definitely to me, it was definitely like a game changer. There's some perks, there's some things you lose, but I honestly, as introverted as I am, this is like online school is great. I think that it's a direction that I
Mm-hmm.
want to take. I took a hiatus from sewing. I'm starting something newer on my YouTube channel. You guys can follow me in there. You can figure that out there. But yeah, I mean that's where I'm at. I think that cooking, being a handyman, just learning every single day has been such a monumental thing to push me forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
that's my update. I mean, that's what I've learned and grew into right now.
And the next update we have, as you can tell, we have a different background. It's because we finally moved in together.
Our first baby apartment,
I know.
and we'll be showing you guys like clips and snippets of videos that we've done over the years, but like it's gonna be like a mega montage of like what you guys kind of missed out on.
Yeah.
And then once that's all done, we can continue with the vlogs.
But we've lived here for over a year now, which is crazy. Can you believe it's already been over a year in
I
this little apartment?
I mean, I feel like it's surreal and realistic at the same time. I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
in this apartment alone, we grew with the apartment. We grew
Mm-hmm.
old with the apartment. To me, it's like wow, it's surreal, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, like I can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah, for sure. We've done a lot to this apartment, I feel like decoration wise and whatnot, and maybe somewhere along the line we'll do a full apartment tour so you guys can see what we've done and how we've like utilized our small studio apartment with the two of us. And then I think a lot of people would think, wow, two people in a studio apartment, that's kind of crazy because a studio is only so big. So, how would you share that with two people? But we're actually lucky, I feel, because our apartment isn't that small. I think it's
Pretty
just the
big.
right size
It's
for the both of
pretty
us.
big for a studio. Like we're just so lucky,
Yeah.
and in our area, for the price that we're paying and the size and the square footage that we were able to like obtain,
Mm-hmm.
like it's impossible. And again, we're so lucky.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of things that we've kind of come across through the years is that we've become like lucky
Oh, yeah.
with a lot of things.
Yes.
And it's great that we haven't have had any like really big things that like was obstacles. I mean, there's the little ones, but that's normal.
Yeah.
But we're just fortunate to even say to call this our home.
Mm-hmm.
Like I when I talk to like coworkers, like it's insane to tell them I live in a studio and apartment and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would never think like I would never have thought that I would say something like that. Yeah. Speaking of our first apartment, this is your first moving out. Like how did that change you as a person, you feel?
I feel like it helped me to grow so much. Again, I've never moved out of my parents' place, even for college. So moving here was very nerve wracking for sure. We don't live too far from where Ken and I are from, but still, just being independent from my parents was really scary at first because I've always, I guess, relied on them, like to be blunt and honest. Like I've relied on them on a lot of things. So to move out with Ken, like I knew that we would be fine because one, I trusted Ken's ability to guide me into being able to transition into living independently from my parents. And secondly, he's already moved out a couple of times from his parents' place, so I knew that he knew what he was doing. So even though I felt like I was really nervous, I still had somewhat of a peace of mind knowing that he would help me get through it. And I feel like I was able to transition very well because this place already felt so much like home. When we first moved in here, we were so excited. Like the transformation that this apartment went through before we moved in here was insane.
Yeah. Well, You guys will see a video when our apartment's not like trashed out.
Yeah.
It's one thing. The one I'd say drawback of having a studio apartment is the space. Eventually, as you live in the apartment, you get more and more stuff. So it's good and bad because you start to hoard things, and you also like you're mindful of your space, so you
Mm-hmm.
start recycling things. So I guess decluttering is our next goal.
But we don't have a lot of stuff. Like we're
Yeah,
not major hoarders, but we do have a handful of things. But we do utilize everything. That's the difference.
we do, but I feel like there on my side of things, I should start decluttering because I just have too much stuff going on in there.
Yeah. Well, again, a lot of it is for your like side projects.
I feel like eventually we will be moving into a bigger spot, but for now, I feel like what we need to do is just make sure that we're utilizing the space as efficiently as possible
Mm-hmm.
while we're still here. You know, you
Yeah.
never know what the future holds for us. So, till then, the journey's to be continued.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
you're probably wondering, at this point, you guys have been engaged for over a year. When's the wedding?
Mm-hmm.
As I spoke to earlier, we're still like trying to figure out the saving and then all the planning, and then this quarantine hit. So it's like, it's almost impossible to plan, especially when you're going to vendors, which are
Mm-hmm.
non existent right now.
Yeah.
And you're trying to like plan this thing all out, and you're thinking of how much people you want, how big is the wedding, what's the budget, am I gonna eat food at this wedding, how is this gonna all work
Yeah.
out? I think what our plan is, we don't know at this point because of the quarantine really did take a lot out of our planning,
Yeah.
but it doesn't stop us from being inspired to have the wedding. And you know, we don't know when this quarantine's going to stop, so that kind of delays everything. But to be optimistic, and hopefully everything comes around and we'll be able to have it as soon as possible, because good things happen to people that wait, and we're trying to get on that train. So
Mm-hmm.
with that said, to be announced. At this point, planning is never ending. We are going on Pinterest. We're going on all the different websites,
Yeah.
and we're looking into it. Do you want to dish some details about it?
We do have a theme, which I'm excited about because it's like one of the things that get me pumped about wedding planning is the theme. I won't reveal what it is just yet because I think it's very unique and very special. So we'll just keep you guys updated once we actually start wedding planning. Putting together like mood boards and stuff on Pinterest and just having a vision for what our reception space is going to look like is coming together a little more and more every day. So I'm excited about that part, and that's basically all we've been doing. I've also kind of been scouting some locations for the reception. It's been hard again because we're in this quarantine, no one's really open right now, so I can't like ask for inquiries and be like, hey, can you give me information if I wanted to book my wedding here? So I've kind of just been going off of the information that's already been on like certain vendors' websites. But again, that could change because the economy right now is kind of different. So you'll never know how the prices will change when it comes to vendors and venues and whatnot. Yeah, that's basically where we're at right now. But it is honestly getting me really pumped because we have thought of a theme already.
Yeah, it's steps to get wherever you need to get, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty much all the updates we really have for right now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably do a lot of our update videos from where we are. Hope you guys enjoy the aesthetic that we try to like push here. That's pretty much everything that we need to update you guys with. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
So hope you guys enjoyed this little update video. We'll catch you in the next vlog on the channel, Ken K Ventures. Also, we do have an Instagram if you guys want to catch us on there,
Mm-hmm.
Ken K Ventures.
Yes.
And then that's all from me. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.
Peace.
Da ba ba da, da ba dee.